You're going camping. You have a picnic. You have warm beer. You don't have access to 2 tons of ice. You don't have access to a refrigerated trailer. You don't have a mobile kegerator. You have a little bit of ice, warm kegs, and people. How do you put all that together to serve a cold beverage? Jockey box. So, a jockey box, you take warm beer, you push it through the back of the jockey box. It goes through a plate or a coil, and it cools down the beer, the mixed drinks, the soda, anything really. It doesn't matter. Coffee, could be anything in those kegs. But it goes into the back of the jockey box. Warm, hot, doesn't really matter. Goes through the ice, comes out the front of the jockey box, ice cold. So, join me while we assemble a 2-faucet KOMOS jockey box here at For You Brewing Supplies. All right, let's take a look at the KOMOS 2-faucet jockey box. So let's take a wee boo at the outside. Nice construction. Looks like a Yeti type of box. And then this is the plate that goes inside, and that probably weighs, I don't know. That may be a solid, I'd say 20 pounds, easy. And since it's a 2-faucet, we have either inlet, outlets, but this is, actually we'll probably go in here. So we'll go in here, and then it zigzags through the copper, or through this aluminum plate, and it comes out here. So in, out, and the way we're going to make these attachments is with Duotite. So we're going to take these guys, screw it on. There we go. So we have all 4 of them. And go. All right, so we're going to give these just a little bit of a twist. However, we just want enough so that they don't leak. What we don't want to do is we don't want to hit these with maximum effort, because this nylon will strip. All right. So there we have the plate. Now the tubing is going to go through these 2 holes. That's how we're going to get into the kegerator, or the jockey box. And then we're going to plug in here. We're going to come out here, and then our faucets are going to come out the front. Oh man, that's heavy. Okay. Success. All right. Wicked Edge sharpener to the rescue. Okie dokie. So here we go. So we're going to take this end and feed her through there. Look there. So just like shark bite and duotite, you want this end to be cut square. So we notice that that looks like it was gnawed on by the apprentice. So we're going to take our little cutter. Let's see if I can get you in there. And now we're nice and squat. And then all we have to do, just push until it stops. Trash. So there we go. So now we just need to determine our length of our faucet or our tap. So how far are we going to need to be from our kegs? So we're going to figure that out. We're going to run the other line in and go here. So here's our in. And we're about yay far away. So very good. So now we are going to come from the out. So we're going to want to, this one goes to this one. So we'll take that one to the far side. That kind of makes sense to me. So yeah. And the way we're going to get through the holes here is with a shank. Look there. Boom. Easy. So now that's what's sticking out the other side. I may have to two-hand this to get that tight. So what this does is it just keeps the shank from falling out. And then the other half of our duotite screws on here nice and tight. And then we're just going to run our tubing from here to here and here to here. All right. So working backwards. Here's the faucet through the shank. Everything's nice and tight. Put an elbow on to reduce the strain. So that's what the inside of our Jockey box and our cold plate looks like. So now let's go ahead and attach our faucets. And Voila. Okie dokie. 1, 2 faucets. We're connected on the inside, cold plate. We're going to go out. Now we're going to connect to our Sankey Type D because we're going to be using this with American domestic beer. So the beer is going to come out here. Gas is going to go in here. And because we're using Duo-Tight, I'm going to take this guy and just very simply screw that on here. If by chance you have 2 hands, use them. All right, so take a wrench, tighten that up, and then take the other end of this tube, shove it in here. Now let's go find some parts and hook up the gas. Okay, so we have our beverage going in, and then out of our faucet, the keg is going to attach here, so the beverage is going to flow this direction, and then here, here, and then out the faucet. So this is how we are going to connect our beverage out. Find our end and actually properly stick it in here. That's not deep enough. I'll need, probably do it one hand. Click. Okay, so now on our gas side, we have a little one-way device. So this allows CO2 to go in, but I don't know if you can see this or not. So just take my word for it that the gas flows through here and through here, but beer can't get back through. So this is a one-way valve. We add this right there. Take another fitting like this and screw this guy on here. And screw that now nice and tight. So we have our gas side going in here, and because we're going to have 2 kegs, we're going to need to split our CO2. So here's our CO2 tank, here's our regulator. So we're going to come out of the regulator and we're going to go here to tap number 1, and from here into wherever tap number 2 is. So we're going to split our CO2. This is the cool part about the Duo-Tight, is you just take these Lego pieces and you just put everything together like Legos. All right, so let's connect, if I can, let's connect our CO2. Oh, something about CO2. This washer right here is what creates a seal with this part of the tank. Never put thread tape on a fitting that uses a gasket to seal. So never put thread tape on your CO2 tank. Don't you do it. So. Ha. Okay. So tighten that up, and so this is obviously turns the tank on. This controls our working pressure, tank pressure, working pressure. We've talked about this. If you haven't seen that video, go back and take a look. And then we're going to split our gas off, and one like I said earlier, is going to go here, and then the other is going to come and go to the other tap. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Faucet, faucet. Our connections into our plate going out of here. Now, this looks like a jumbled mess, but I just kind of threw it together. So here's our CO2, comes out. We adjust our CO2 here. Most of the time you want your pressure to be between 8 and 10, in that range. We've split our CO2 because we have 2 kegs. We are pretending these are ball lock kegs, and this is a Sankey tap. So we don't have Sankey kegs on hand here, so we're just going to pretend, and you figure it out. You'll get it. So these are sitting on top. The CO2 runs from the regulator into here, pushes the beer out, and then out of the faucet. So warm beer, ice, cold beer. That is a Jockey box. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.